Happy Cinco de Mayo. Oh wait, we're in Mexico.
Feliz Cinco de Mayo.
Wait. Have you noticed no one else is saying Feliz Cinco de Mayo today?
Maybe they don't know.
So what are we gonna do? Let's celebrate. We're in Mexico.
I know exactly what we're
We're gonna
do.
put on sombreros, zarapes, drink margaritas, because you know, it's Cinco de Drinko.
Don't ever say that shit again. But also, no, we're going to the place that's responsible for Cinco de Mayo. We're going to
Puebla. We're Jenny and Kevin, two Mexican Americans from Chicago who live and travel Mexico.
Subscribe to join us on our journey as we learn more about our roots in Mexico. First, what is Cinco de Mayo not? It is not Mexican Independence Day, but you knew that, or if you didn't, that's okay. So when we say we're about to drop a truth bomb about Cinco de Mayo, we're not talking about that. We're here to talk about why. But first, let's go over the what.
Cinco de Mayo is the holiday that commemorates the Battle of Puebla, the victory of the Mexican army against the French on the 5th of May in 1862.
The French invaded Mexico to collect a debt. What debt? Mexico borrowed a bunch of money from France to pay for the cost of their civil war during the Mexican Revolution. So Napoleon wanted his money back, and he knew that Mexico was weak and divided, so he also saw that as an opportunity
to slide in those DMs.
Yeah, but they wanted to do what colonizers do. So they came in through Veracruz, and on their way to take on Mexico City, they passed through Puebla. But the troops in Puebla, even though they were caught by surprise, said, this is not happening. So they fought back and won. Here's why that was such a big deal. The French hadn't been defeated in over 50 years. And the Mexican army in Puebla won, number one, despite being caught off guard. Number two, they were outnumbered. Number three, they were poorly equipped.
That is quite the underdog story. I don't think I ever learned those details in school. So why don't Mexicans celebrate Cinco de Mayo?
Who says Mexicans don't celebrate?
Mexicans.
Maybe we should ask them.
I find it strange that most Mexicans don't celebrate Cinco de Mayo, when Mexicans find an excuse to celebrate anything. I mean, the Mexicans kicked some major butt by kicking out the French invaders. How is that something you don't celebrate? So that sparked my curiosity to dig a little deeper. First, I learned that there was a big opposition to then President Benito Juarez, who'd claim that Mexico would be better off if the French had taken over. And actually, they did, but it didn't last very long. The French actually ruled for 5 years after the Battle of Puebla, because even though Mexico won that battle, they lost the war. Eventually, Mexicans took Mexico back from the French, and Cinco de Mayo kept its significance in Puebla, while the rest of Mexico didn't think much about it. But how the heck is Cinco de Mayo so big in the US? Doesn't it feel like it's celebrated more in the US than in Mexico?
That's because they do, and I think I can tell you why. It starts with General Ignacio Zaragoza, the head of the Mexican army. Interesting fact about General Zaragoza. He was born in 1829 in the then Mexican state of Texas y Coahuila, before that region was acquired by the United States in 1845. After that victory, he became quite the celebrity in the state of Texas, which is now part of the US, and that celebrity status quickly spread throughout the rest of the United States. This battle became an inspiration and sense of pride for the now Americans of Mexican heritage. Then, in the 60s, during the civil rights movement in the US, Cinco de Mayo was a symbolic date for many Chicanos and Mexican Americans, particularly activists fighting for acceptance in society.
And how do you go from that to being commercialized as a day to drink tequila and have parties with sombreros and guacamole?
We can thank the alcohol industry for capitalizing on that one. In the 1980s, food and alcohol brands took the celebration and made it mainstream to make money.
You know what this reminds me of? It reminds me of St. Patrick's in Chicago. I think St. Patrick's Day in Chicago is even bigger than what it is back in Ireland. I mean, they dye the river green, there's a large parade, a lot of drinking at the bars, and of course, Americans of Irish descent go and celebrate.
But also it's become so mainstream that lots of Americans not of Irish descent celebrate, like us.
I mean, yeah, we're kind of guilty. We've gone out to the bars and day drink and wore green and, you know, had a lot of fun at those events.
Heck, where I went to college, we were known for having the best unofficial St. Patrick's Day party. But I digress.
Wait, but no, that's actually relevant because there's a connection here.
because of what the bars did to promote.
exactly.
You're right. The whole reason they came up with unofficial St. Patrick's Day is because March 17th often fell during the students' spring break. And so they said unofficial St. Patrick's Day is going to be the drink promotions, let's celebrate before everybody leaves the campus for spring break. And that commercialization is actually exactly what happened with Cinco de Mayo. They're like, let's take this opportunity to sell our beer, brands of beer, brands of tequila. All these businesses in the US are cashing in on Cinco de Mayo.
So we can blame capitalism for making people think that Cinco de Mayo is Mexico's independence.
So can you guess where the biggest celebration of Cinco de Mayo is? Pause the video and put your guess in the comments below. Okay, ready?
It's gotta be Puebla.
Nope. Actually, it's Los Angeles, California. Which...
The old Mexico.
But we're not in the US. We're in Mexico.
So let's see how Puebla celebrates Cinco de Mayo.
Access to enter La Feria de Puebla is 50 pesos per adult. I just need to brag because they asked me if I was of legal age to be searched. She's like, ¿cuántos años tienes? And I'm like, 30. She's like, oh, hola, te ves más chiquita. I was like, thank you. I don't even look old enough to be strip searched. Like, yeah. By the way, entrance into the Feria de Puebla is really strict in terms of what you can bring. We had to leave our tripod behind, no selfie stick, nothing. So we barely got these babies through. No belts, no makeup. There's a whole list of things that you can't bring in. But I'm ready to see what's in store.
I almost left the money behind.
Go through that.
But if you do end up bringing things that are not allowed, there's a spot where they can take care of your things for 50 pesos. There's all kinds of things like bags, tripods, luggages. Hopefully. We'll find out.
What's going on over there?
They're paying for that?
Yeah, yes they are. This is Mexico being Mexico.
Right off the bat, I'm sorry, but I think I have to defunct your fact. Come on, Los Angeles doesn't do a 3-week feria for Cinco de Mayo.
But it could be bigger. I don't know. I just Googled and it said Los Angeles is bigger.
Google.
If anybody watching this has been to the Cinco de Mayo celebrations in Los Angeles and can tell us what those look like, I would be really curious to know. Is it 3 weeks long like this one?
We've been to other ferias like the one from San Marcos, the one in León, Guanajuato. But today I'm excited because Puebla is known for its gastronomical...
It's food scene, gastronomy. It's all right. Yes, that's right. Speaking of which, I could definitely go for some food. What are we gonna eat?
I want a semita.
Semitas.
Go for a semita right away.
Semitas poblanas. You guys know what a semita is? A ver, Michelle. Mucho gusto, soy Jenny. New friends. We're friends, right? Yes? Michelle, te quiero preguntar porque será la primera vez que yo pruebo una semita y como nunca las he probado, quiero saber cuál es la que tú más recomiendas. ¿Cómo es que te gustan a ti las semitas?
Recomiendo más de milanesa porque lleva más ingredientes. Igual la de carne enchilada porque lleva su salsa verde y lleva todo lo demás.
Pero, ¿qué es una semita?
Una semita es un pan que lleva carnes y ya lleva verdura como lechuga.
Oye, pero, ¿qué no es? ¿Eso es una torta?
Es una tipo torta, pero no es. Es como las hamburguesas.
Es como una hamburguesa. Pero, y también como la torta, pero tampoco.
No.
Pero...
Las semitas llevan como granitos arriba.
Sí, son semillas, ¿no?
Semillas.
¿De qué son las semillas?
Eso sí, no.
Creo que son de ajonjolí.
Ajá, sí, creo que sí son de ajonjolí.
A ver, vamos a probar la semita. Gracias, Michelle, mucho gusto. Wow. Yup, half and half, milanesa. Semita de milanesa de pollo. And there's aguacate, tomato, queso oaxaqueño, fried potato chips. Nice. Ooh. And then, wait, more potatoes. Ooh. Like 2 different ways fried potatoes. Let's see what this is. Oh my God. Potatoes are good.
Follow me, this is hilarious. With all this duck obsession, Look at the freaking pool of.
Oh, this is adorable. Oh my gosh, I've never seen one like
It's
this.
hilarious at a feria, right?
This is so cool.
I thought I had duckies, but there's no kids with duckies.
I want to go. Oh my God, I want to do this so bad.
What if you fall and like sink in?
If they're not scared, why would I be scared?
By the way, this entire video and this feria takes place where the actual Battle of Puebla happened on Cinco de Mayo. So if you come here, even though the feria is not happening, there's a lot of museums. There's a bunch of museums like Museum del Cinco de Mayo, Museo Regional de Puebla, and a bunch of murals and forts that you can see, all with historic sites and stories. It's really, really cool.
Ooh, duckies.
Estamos jugando con 13 participantes.
Maybe I should start collecting them now. Every feria that I go to, I get a new ducky.
Estamos participando con 13
idea.
jugadores.
Yo, this is a mini super oxito. That's like mini, but then it's super, but then it's oxito. It's like, my brain hurts.
This feria has like a lot of rides and prizes, like so many rides.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I think after this feria, I'm probably gonna be feria'd out.
Wait. Do you think La Monja de la Feria is here too?
Ooh, I'm sure
We
she
just
is.
saw her in La Feria de San Marcos. If you haven't seen that video, you have to check it out. It's like the biggest and best feria in Mexico, and we were just there 2 weeks ago. So it's like kind of hard to follow up with this one, but this one's really nice. Feria de Puebla, very nice.
It's one of those rides that my mom would be like, ¿Quieres trabajar? Hay mucho trabajo en la casa. I'm not gonna pay for that. That's a sexy looking trompo right there.
El número 1 se lleva el regalo que organiza el premio que gusta, el premio se escogerá entre ellos. Adelante con su lugar, es la 10, la 10, la 10, toma su lugar, adelante.
Something really cool about this feria that it also includes a Disney immersion experience with feria admission, which was, like we said, it was 50 pesos. So I see a ton of people, but I can't figure out what the entrance is. Let's see if we can get in. Whoa, all of this is the line. And as fun as I'm sure it is, I don't think I'm down to wait on this line. So let's go keep enjoying the feria. Here's the truth bomb about Cinco de Mayo. It's a holiday that commemorates a Mexican event that was popularized by Mexican Americans and then commercialized by American brands. It's really fascinating to me that Cinco de Mayo went from being this big inspirational event to a symbol of social justice to now a big event that allows people to celebrate their cultural identity. Or even if you're not Mexican, if you have tequila and margaritas on Cinco de Mayo to celebrate, that's cool too. By the way, guys, before you go, I just want to say that this is our first visit to Puebla City ever. So if you have any recommendations on what to do, what to eat, please drop them in the comments below. Otherwise, just drop us a margarita emoji. Se cuidan, se bañan y nos vemos hasta la próxima. Chao.